GTR, but this is the last time I will ever drive this Nissan GTR. After almost 6 years of ownership, I'm now driving it to the place that I'm going to be selling it to. Yes, after almost 6 years, it's time to sell the GTR. This is a very sad day for me, a very sad day indeed. Like a lot of people, back in 2008, I was watching Top Gear. Jeremy Clarkson introduced this car to me on the racetrack in Tokyo. And that was the first time I saw it. I didn't love the way it looked, but I had so much respect for what it was doing, and I wanted a car that broke Clarkson's neck. The price was cheap. It was a working class hero. It still is a working class hero. The respect you get on the road in this car is quite something. I don't think it's beautiful. From the front, I love it. From the back, I love it. From the side, I don't love it. There are a lot of better looking cars out there, and whatever car I get next is going to be nicer to look at than this one, that's for sure. But the respect for what it can do, I think, is what people out there appreciate. The feeling of being parked in a car park and someone rolls past you and they look at you and they give you the thumbs up and the smile, they give you the nods. When you drive past people standing at bus stops or whatever and you see them with their phone up videotaping you as you go past. When you're filling up with petrol and someone says to you, nice car. I had a time when I was driving home from the Nürburgring and I took a wrong turn and I ended up on the wrong part of the Eurotunnel terminal, where it was for lorries, not for me. So I had to stop, get out, press the buzzer and get them to do something to let me out. Very nice guy, helped me out. Yep, go here, do this, blah, blah. And I said, thanks, bye. And as I was saying goodbye, he said, oh, by the way, nice car. And I get that so often. And I don't have this car to get praise or appreciation. Anyone who actually knows me knows that I'm not a showy person. I'm not someone that likes attention. I like to be in the background. But there is still something special. Something that just makes you feel a little bit warm inside, knowing that people appreciate this car. Even though it's not the most expensive, it's not a supercar, but it did used to challenge supercars back in the day. That's what it was known for, the supercar challenger. It made people think differently about what a car should be able to do when it comes to straight up performance for the amount of money that supercars were charging in those days, and still are charging now. Yes, electric cars are coming along and doing it better, but the GTR is just it's a different experience. Those who love ICE cars know that it's a different experience. Yes, we can go just as fast in electric, but the sound, the feeling, the mechanicalism, if that's a word, it just makes a special experience. And that's what I'll miss with this car. It's not just something to get me from A to B. It's an experience. Every time I get in it, I'm happy. It just makes me feel happy. The feeling of just being able to overtake someone in the blink of an eye, it's just an exhilarating experience, and I know that the next car I get likely isn't going to do that. Yes, it has its annoyances. It has its annoyances. The main one being that when I drive it for long journeys, or even just now, cruising at 60, it is very loud and drony, which isn't so bad on a short trip like this where I'm just going 20 miles, but when you're doing a long trip to a race circuit or whatever, it does get a bit much on the motorway. You can't hear the wife talking to you. Some would say that's not such a bad thing, but you know, it's just one of those things where it can get a bit annoying. It's perfectly comfortable to sit in, but the sound is great when you're having fun, but when you're just trying to cruise, it's not ideal, and hopefully the next car I get will be a bit better at that. Possibly not, but we'll see. I've thought about this so much over the last few weeks, especially the last week or so when I've had offers for the car, almost backing out of selling it and thinking, no, I can buy another car and still keep this and maintain it and have it as my passion, but financially it doesn't make sense. So why am I selling? I'm selling because after almost 6 years, I feel like I want something else. I need to try something else. But to do that, realistically, financially, I need to sell this to get that bit of money back to put into another car. The kind of car I'm going to get, I've got a couple in mind. I could afford to just buy them and keep this and do some work to this to make it a bit more fresh, because the paintwork isn't ideal. But financially, that just doesn't make sense. It will leave me pretty much back at zero. It's going to mean tightening my belt for a while, and I don't really want to do that. Whereas if I can sell this, get some equity back, then at least that still leaves me money in the account to put into a new car, or to do some work on the house, or just have a bit of money aside in case I need it. It just makes more financial sense. Emotionally, I do not want to get rid of this car, but financially, it just makes sense to move on to the next thing. I'm selling to a dealer, so I'm getting a little bit less, and I'm getting less than I would have wanted as a part exchange, because there are a couple of rust spots that have come up, which have been in my mind for a while. I didn't realise it'd be such an impact to resale. So with that in mind, I guess it probably does make sense to sell it now. The amount that's been offered to me is lower than I wanted, but the price for me to fix what needs fixing is going to be greater than that difference, so it just makes sense. I had thought, like I say, about buying my next car and just keeping this and putting a few thousand into the paintwork, get the new brake discs on there, perhaps get some new wheels, because the wheels aren't perfect or particularly great. So if I've got new paintwork, new wheels to go with it, make the car just look nice and fresh. But then I'm thinking, that's 60k perhaps that I would have in this car. You know, the 40 to 50 of the car itself, then the money onto the paintwork, the wheels, the servicing each year, the tax each year, the insurance each year, and 20,000 in, 60,000 in. Whereas that's money that can go into another car. This is at 36,000 miles now. The paintwork isn't great. Like I say, mechanically sound, has been maintained by Litchfield for the last 6 years with me. But in terms of the paintwork, it's not going to get any better. It's just going to go down in value, I think. I can't see it going up based on the conversations I've had the last couple of weeks with dealers and buyers. So now is the time where I need to make this choice, pull the plug, rip the plaster off, say goodbye to her. I really don't want to. I really don't want to, but it needs to happen. 6 years of ownership, it's been good to me. It hasn't been as expensive to run as I thought it would be. Litchfield have been very good to me. They've looked after me. Shout out to Tom, Ian, Neil sometimes as well. All been very helpful to me, supportive, and appreciated the work that they've done on this car. It's been pretty solid. Yeah, sure. A couple of bits replaced, but wear and tear, you know, nothing you wouldn't expect. In the 6 years ownership, I've lost 10,000 on the sale price, which is a fair bit. If I'd sold privately and held out, looked after it a bit more, I would have got my money back. It is what it is. You learn, right? You learn. I think I've come to the realization that 0 to 60 isn't everything. I've never launched it. I've never tried to whip away from the lights, even not in launch control. It's just not something I do. It doesn't mean much to me anymore. Top speed also doesn't mean much because I'm never going to experience it. I've been to 196 on this on the Nürburgring. I will never get it faster. I've explored my limits in this car. I have my fastest lap of the Nürburgring in this car, as you would expect. It's been a pleasure to own. Pleasure to own. I've never actually launched it. I've never launched this car. We are at the moment on 95 octane, so I've got it in the 95 octane map. I was stuck with getting 95, so I've got to have it in the 95 octane maps to make sure that all the timings are correct. So it doesn't give quite as much oomph as it does when you've got a bit of 99 in here, but it's still good. Okay, stop. Okay, so to do this, foot on the brake. There we go, launch control. It's not, I wasn't expecting necessarily that pause at the start where it just waits and then boom, and you're off. I can now say I've done everything in this car. I might come back to a Nissan GTR in the future. My next car might not tickle me enough. I might still come back to the platform. With the money that I'll have in the next car, I'll be able to afford a newer GTR. This is a 2013. I'd be able to go up to an EBA, a 2017 Plus, which would be nice, nicer interior, more up to date, great. But I wouldn't have the great brakes that I've put on, the Alcon big brake kit. I wouldn't have the stage 4 remap which I've put on. So if I need to go to this level again of performance, it's going to be a load of extra money. So realistically, will I come back to the Nissan GTR platform? Who knows? I mean, I do love it, and I know that it's there. It's something that I know that if I don't find another car that gets me the way this does, I know there are plenty of options out there for me, because there are a lot of Nissan GTRs out there, and they are lovely. They are lovely. There's nothing more to say. I've said all I can. It's a sad day for me. First world problems, but this is a sad day. The saddest day of car ownership. I'm not going to say the saddest day of my life, but potentially up to date it could be. Yeah. Anyway, that's it.